Morning children. Last class we have started the lesson people as resource. So in this topic we said a resource, what is the resource of a country is populations. People is that resource, that is the asset we said. How much we are utilizing that assets. So this all we have seen last class. The quality of populations, that means the quality of the asset. What is the quality? We said three things. One is literacy, second one is that life expectancy, and third one is that skill formation. So among the three we are going to discuss today's class. First, role of education. What is the role of education in the resource form, in the resource of country? We will see here one by one. So here education is, we said education is an important component of this human resource development. What is the contribution of this education in the society? In development of society is, one is the contribution, growth of society, enhance the national income, cultural richness, increasing efficiency of governance. So these are the importance factors, component which contributed by the education. Because of the education we can get that the growth of society, how much the society will grow. So based on that literacy rate, and enhancing means to improve. So improving that national income based on the education level, and cultural richness. So we will come out from that civilized people as a civilized people, and then increasing efficiency of governance, how we are govern our country. So based on the education we can govern our country. So this is the contribution of education. And so here we are seeing GDP, so gross domestic product. So how much the government spent money on education. So during 1951 to 1952 the education contribution rate, expenditure rate 0.64 percentage, and it rose up to 3.98 percentage by 2002 to 2003. So in this year it is rose. But what is the national goal to achieve the percentage of GDP in education sector is 6% of GDP. So this is the goal. And literary race, a literary rate is uneven between male and female. We can see many male can educate, but women are focus on doing domestic work. So the literary rate is uneven. Nowadays we can see many people come to call schools by that girls side. But what about the higher education? Maybe nowadays they can get at UG, that means undergraduate they can get, but after that many of the women are got married, but men can do the higher educations. So this is that varies between the literary race between men and women, and it also vary in urban and rural areas. In rural many people they didn't get their education, but in urban sector many of they focusing on education level. So there is a literary rate is varies in urban and rural area also. And nowadays we can see 7.68 lakh schools by 2004 to 2005. The number of school is increasing, but the quality of schooling and the dropout rate is decreasing. So here we can say dilute by the poor schooling and high dropout rate. So this is the real fact of the school. So we are increasing the number of school and we are decreasing in quality of schooling and high dropout rate. So nowadays government has also got one of the things up to 8th standard all pass. Why? To reduce the dropout. So we giving the pass result, even though if you are giving that pass, they can go to the higher education. They can learn something in the next academic year. If they get fail, so many of the students never go to the school after getting fail in that annual. So that's why the government has passed on the rules all pass up to 8th standard. And there is one more thing, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. So this is a wonderful program initiated to give elementary education to the people up to age 14. So that is the elementary education. Through this they can get the Right to Education Act, compulsory education at the age of 14 up to 14 age. And what is the second component or important component of this resource, people as a resource, is health. The efficiency of worker belongs to their health. How much they are taking care of the health. This is the second component. And nowadays in India there can be the considerable improvement in their health. How can we say this is an improvement? So in 1951 the time of birth rose from, what the year means, 37.2 years, that is a time of birth, but in 2001 that year is 63.9 years. So this is that expand the lifetime. And one more thing is that infant mortality. What is the infant mortality? It is nothing but a child dead under 1 year. So below 1 year the child died. So that is the infant mortality rate. So it decreased from 147 to 47. So this is the rate from 147 to 47 by 2010. So this is that achievement we can see in the health sector. And a third topic is that unemployment. So what is unemployment? There is a word, it's said to exist. What is that? Means work at privileging wage rate cannot find job. If I am a graduate, I am expecting more salary. I want 1 lakh. If it is means I want 1 lakh. This is my expectations. But I cannot find a job by giving 1 lakh salary. So I am not going for any other job. So I am unemployment. Because I am expecting some wages. Wages means salary there. So I cannot find a job. That is called the unemployment. So how we are considering that unemployment rate? From the age of 15 to 59. So below 15 they cannot work. If they work means that is called as child labor. So it's an offense. We should not work below 14. So it consider the age group 15 to 59 years old. So here below 15 and above 60s are not considered as the unemployment rate. So this is the unemployment. And nature of unemployment in India. What are the natural? There are two types of unemployment. One is that seasonal unemployment. The another one is a distinguished unemployment. What is seasonal unemployment? So during the month. So it occurs when people fail to work during some month of years, called as a seasonal. Example, farmers. When we get the rainy season, they will cultivate. So in some other days they will not cultivate the farming. So they are called as a seasonal unemployment. Example, farm laborers. And disguised unemployment. What is the disguised unemployment? It's happened due to the excessive pressure on population on agriculture. So I have many land. So I want 100 people to work in my land. But if I have more population in my village, nearly 2000 people come to work in my field, but the work allotted for 100 people. What about the remaining 100? They called as they're ready to work, but they didn't get that opportunity to work in the field. It's called as a disguised unemployment. We have more population, but we cannot utilize in that field. It's called disguised unemployment. So in increasing unemployment is an indicator of depressed economy. We are wasting many things in that economic level. And what is the consequence of unemployment? So here is a topic, another topic, consequence of unemployment. So first one is that wastage of manpower resource. If a man dig a hole, means he will take 1 hour. A person is digging means it will take 1 hour. If 2 persons is digging doing the same work means it will take only half an hour work and decreasing the manpower. But because of that owners, they are expecting more profit. That's why they are giving less opportunity and they requested to do many work. So we are wasting manpower. We have more population in our country, but we are wasting manpower resources. And to increase the economic overload, we are giving more work to the small group of people. We have more people, we can utilize them, but if I give means I have to give more salary for the many people. So I don't want to give that. Because of that, here happening economic overload. And last one is that to increase in social unrest and tensions. If I have a job means I'm peacefully I'm doing my work. If I don't have a job means I'll get some mental depressions, unrest and tension more, because I cannot earn money, I cannot run my family, I don't have any sufficient to do my life. Because of that, I'm getting unrest and tension minded. So this is the consequence of unemployment in the society. Okay children, so this is the lesson. You can go through this whole notes again, and along with your books listen the video. Okay, then only you can understand the points. Underline the keywords and try to take 1 mark from the book part. Then I will show these notes. Don't want to copy these notes, see and understand. These are all keywords. Okay, later I will send the next notes in that Enmodo app. You can copy in your class note neatly. Okay children, if you have any doubt, just give me a comment in the comment box. I will clarify your doubt. Okay children, thank you.